guys, it's Sophia and welcome to my channel. Today we're back with another upper glute and lower core workout. Optional to have a band, optional but highly recommended. We're going to begin today standing on our mat, so meet me there whenever you're ready. Once you arrive on your mat, take a big filling breath in. Reach your arms overhead, grow tall. Step your feet hip-width distance, and as you exhale, bring your hands through chest center. We're going to squat all the way down and rise, reaching our arms overhead. Squat and rise, just to get some blood flowing, keeping your chest lifted. We have 6 more. Last 4. Going down as low as you can, rising all the way up for 3. Last 2. 1, we're gonna squat down, hold it here, and we're gonna pulse it out for 8. Staying low, staying controlled, remembering to breathe. We have 5 more. Last 3, 2, 1, rise through center. Take a moment to grab your band. I'm using a cloth band. Step through it, place it right above your knee. We're going to begin on the right side of our mat. Once again, hands through chest center, squatting down, stepping out with our left foot, in with our right. Out with our left, in with our right, out, in, one more time out, one more time in, and switch directions. 4 times one way, 4 times the other, staying low, staying controlled. Option to add in your arms. As you step out, extend your arms out and come through center. Out, center, out, center, one more time, out, center, and back. Remembering to breathe here, sinking a little bit lower. This is really good for your upper glutes. One more time, down and back on your mat. And once you arrive to the right side of your mat, once again, hands through chest center. Step your feet hip-width distance apart, toes pointed slightly out. Now we're going to squat all the way down, pulse, and rise. Squat, pulse, and rise. We have 8 more reps. Pushing the band out with your knees to really engage your glutes here. Making sure your knees stay over your ankles and feet. We have 4 more. Last 3, 2, and last 1. We're going to keep the band above our knees, come all the way down onto our mat, coming into a tabletop position. Holding here, taking a big filling breath in, untucking your toes, extending your right leg back, and coming through center. Extend and bend through center. We have 5 more. We're going to hold it at the top in 3, keeping your toes pointed, gazing forward, belly button pulled in towards your spine. 2, 1, hold it at the top and pulse it out for 8. Pulsing upwards, squeezing through that glute. We only have 4 more. We're to come back into tabletop in 3, 2, 1, and back to tabletop. Take a moment here to breathe. Exhale, let it go. Extend your left leg back. Lift your left foot up and lower. Lift and lower for 6. Remembering to gaze forward, maintain a nice neutral neck and spine. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top and pulse it out for 8. Remembering to breathe here, squeeze through your left glute. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back into that tabletop. Walk your knees towards your hands. Coming down into a seat and rolling all the way down onto your back. Once you arrive, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Plant your feet hip-width distance. Take a big filling breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine. Lift your hips up, coming into a bridge. Lower down to the mat and lift. Lower and lift. Making sure to keep your belly button pulled in nice and tight to engage your lower abdominals. Squeezing your glutes at the top and pressing your knees out with the band. This is a great exercise to not only work your glutes, but also your lower abdominals. We're going to hold it at the top in 3, 2, 1. Hold your hips up high and pulse it up for 10. Pressing through your heels, really squeezing your glutes together. We have 5 more. Last 4. We're going back to those full range of motion bridges in 3, 2, 1, and back to that full range of motion. We have 5 more reps, and once again, we're going to hold at the top in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your hips up high. Now this time we're going to abduct our knees out, come back through center. Abduct out and center. We have 6 more. Keeping your hips up high, holding the abduction for a moment, then coming back through center. Really feeling this in your upper glutes. Keeping your belly button pulled in tight for 3, 2, 1, and lower to the mat. Take a moment here, rock your hips from side to side. When you're ready, bring your knees in through chest center just to remove this band. Once again, arms up towards the ceiling. Take a big filling breath in. Pull your belly button in towards your spine and press your hips up towards the ceiling. We're going to walk our feet together this time. Extend our right toes long. Lower our hips to the mat and lift. Lower and lift. Single leg glute bridges. We have 5 more. We're going to hold at the top in 4. Keeping our toes pointed, hips leveled. 3, 2, 1, and pulse it out for 8. 6 more. 3, 2, we're going to hold in 1. Lower your leg down to hover off the mat and lift. Lower and lift. Trying to keep your pelvis as leveled as possible. Going slow, staying controlled. We have 4 more. 3. Keeping your belly button pulled into your spine to engage those lower abdominals for 2. And 1. Lower down to the mat, take a moment. Rock your knees side to side. And when you're ready, once again, we're going to walk our feet close together, hands up. Big feeling breath in. Exhale, lift your hips towards the ceiling. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Keep your left toes pointed. Take a moment to level your pelvis before we begin. Lower your hips to the mat and lift. Lower and lift. We have 6 more single leg glute bridges. Last 4. We're going to pulse it out in 3, 2, 1, and pulse at the top for 8. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your hips up high. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Lower your leg parallel to your body, hovering off the mat. And lift. Lower and lift. For 6 more reps, press your hips up a little bit higher. You can do anything for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower to the mat, hug your knees in towards your chest, rock and roll left to right. When you're ready, once again, plant your feet on the mat. Option to keep your arms down by your side or make it harder, lift them up towards the ceiling. Bring your right leg into tabletop and left leg to meet it. From here, we're going to pull our belly button in towards our spine, tuck our pelvis in towards our rib cage. Keep your low back pressed against the mat, toes pointed. Tap your big toe down, come back through center. Right toe down, center. Left, center, and right, center. This is a really great exercise to work your lower abdominals. We just want to make sure our low back is pressed against the mat the entire time. We have 5 more reps per side. Last 3, 2, and 1. Send your legs long towards the ceiling. Take a moment here. Roll out your ankles if you need. Grab a hold of the back of your thighs. And when you're ready, hands down on the floor, pressing your palms into the mat. We're going to zip our feet up together, lift our hips 2 inches off the mat, and lower. Lift and lower, keeping our belly buttons pulled into our spine. This is amazing for your lower abdominals. We have 5 more reps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs lifted. Now we're going to keep our low back against the mat. Drop our left leg to hover. Come back through center. Right leg to hover. Center. Left. Center. And right. Center. Keep going, keep switching. Remembering to breathe. Keep your lower abdominals engaged. We don't want our low belly sticking up at all. We want to pull our belly button in tight. But continue to breathe as normal. Slow down the movement for the last 3 reps. 2, and 1. Lift your legs up towards the ceiling, bend at your knees, take a moment, rock side to side. Hug your knees into your chest, begin to rock and roll long on your spine. Cross at the ankles and roll on over into a tabletop. This is our last exercise. We're really gonna burn out our lower abdominals here. Keep your feet hip width distance apart. Tuck your toes under. Take a moment here to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly button in towards your spine, lift your knees 2 inches off the mat, and hold it here. We have an isometric hold for the next 20 seconds of this bear crawl. We're going to keep gazing forward, remembering to breathe, drop your hips a little bit more. We only have 10 more seconds here. You guys are doing absolutely amazing. Keep your belly button pulled in towards your spine. Really work those lower abdominals. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees to the mat, knees apart, toes together, and press back, coming into a child's pose. Bringing your forehead to the mat, deepening your breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Taking a moment to acknowledge the hard work you just did. And when you're ready, press up, coming into a tabletop, and then meeting me in a seat. Good job, you guys. Thank you for working out with me today. I'll be back next week with another workout, and I hope to see you then.